this is Katie. Today's video is another Travel 101 video where I talk about living in my car, sleeping in my car, road trips, travel, all that kind of stuff. A lot of you guys know that I have lived in this car on and off for 8 years. I live in an apartment right now, but I still have a lot of tips and tricks for you guys about traveling, road trips, living in a car, and all that kind of stuff. And then hopefully soon, I'll get back in the car. We don't know when yet, but hopefully soon. So today's video is going to be my favorite topic, everyone's favorite topic, food. We're talking about what kind of food to eat, what kind of food to avoid, what kind of food to have in the car, what kind of food to make, and then all the things that have to do with food and a little bit of like drinks as well. Really just water. Talk about water too. But if you are interested in hearing all of my opinions on basically how to eat when you're on a road trip, how to eat when you're living in a car, I hope that you guys keep watching. Please make sure that you're subscribed and following me on Instagram. I'm very, very hyper, even though it's like 7:55 in the morning. Hyper. All right, let's get into it. So these tips really are for if you're on a road trip, if you're living in your car, if you're just gonna be in your car for a couple days, if you're gonna be in your car long term, all of these little tips will help you, hopefully. But all these tips are for you, whether you're doing a short-term road trip or a long-term living in your car. A lot of people, when they're on like a little road trip with their friends, just innately will eat a lot of fast food because it's quick, it's easy, it's cheap, and most of it tastes pretty decent. Some of it tastes really, really good. And it's just right there. You know, like when you're driving and you're like, oh, I really want Burger King right now. And then you pull over and you get Burger King and then you leave and then you're done. Like you're done, right? It's super easy to just think that fast food is basically your main option. Quick, cheap, easy, yummy. It's not. And I really recommend getting fast food as infrequently as possible, especially like, you know, the McDonald's, the Burger Kings, the Taco Bells, the ones that are not exactly ideal for the insides of your body. If you want to eat them, great. If you love them, great. But I don't recommend doing that every single day. It's so easy to do it. I know that. I know it's easy. I know it could be pretty cheap. I know that that it's just right there. It's simple. It's right in front of you. And sometimes what's right in front of you is the easiest thing to do, but it does not always mean it's the right thing to do. And so honestly, I have some tips of things that are basically just as easy and just as inexpensive, but they just take a little bit more thought. The second thing that people do on road trips pretty frequently is that they go to restaurants all the time. And they could be, you know, higher end restaurants or like middle restaurants or whatever, but they go all the time. They're spending a lot of money, but they want to experience, you know, I'm in a new town or I'm taking a little trip with my friends and I want to go out to eat. You know what? If that's in your budget and that's what you want to do and that's your goal, that's great. A lot of the time when I'm on the road, I'm going to new places or whatever, I love trying new restaurants. Sometimes I'll try a new restaurant almost every day because that is one of my favorite parts of traveling. And that's something that, you know, I make sure that I have the money for and that I really, really enjoy doing whether I'm with my friends or whether I'm alone. But I still have some options so that you can save a little bit of money, you know, and even if you want to go out to eat once a day, you still have 1 to 2, maybe 3 other meals that you're eating throughout the day. And so these are tips for that. So tip number 1, let's get this out of the way. I've said it a million times in my videos. Keep water in your car. Keep water in your car. You know, you can have a reusable water bottle. I got mine from Amazon. It was like 20 bucks. I'll have it linked below, the one that I use. You can go fill it up at the gym, at gas stations, at, you know, some Targets and stuff might still have water fountains that are like allowed to be used right now. But if not, go buy a gallon of water at a Target or a Walmart or something like that. I recommend having, especially if you're on the road and you don't really know exactly where you're going, or you might be in the middle of nowhere for a while, I recommend at least having a gallon in your car. And also, a gallon of water at Target is like $1. A bottle of water at the gas station is $1. Get a gallon. It's a lot cheaper. And then, you know, if you want to have some bottles in the car as well, totally fine. Just make sure that you have water in the car. If you also want to have whatever else you drink, great, but water, important. The only other thing that I really have in the car is LaCroix. I'm pointing back there because it is back there, but I know you can't see it. But anyway, I have some Pamplemousse LaCroix or grapefruit, but they're the same one. Anyway, keep water in your car. I mean, A, because you need to hydrate, but B, just in case, you know, just in case something happens. But, you know, also you'll use the water in your car for more than just drinking it. You know what I mean? Like I'll use that when I brush my teeth in the car, stuff like that. So keep water in the car. How many times do I have to say that? It's important. It's important. Okay, so the rest of this is going to be about food. I'm going to show you, if you guys have seen a couple of my videos recently, I've shown this. I bought, when was this? I don't know, a few months ago, maybe like in the fall, I bought a little food holder thing. And you might wonder why it took me so long to buy one. I don't know either. I honestly have no idea. For the last, again, 8 years on and off that I've been in the car, I've kept my food in a bag. That was not organized and it was a little difficult to find stuff. There would always be stuff that fell to like the bottom corner. And so I bought Hold on. It's weirdly not as heavy as I thought it was gonna be. Okay. Come on, buddy. Come on. Come on. You gotta be on camera. You gotta show our friends. Ugh. Okay. I bought this. So this, you know, what do you call this? Container? Basket? No? Is it like a bucket? The other day, what was I watching? I don't remember what I was watching. I want to say New Girl. That someone asked, hey, when does a cup become a bucket? And I was like, you know, it's a good question. Anyway, I have this thing. And I have all my food in it. Some snacks, some more meals. And so the thing with me is that I used to have a little camping stove. And I kept it in my trunk. And I used it about 5 times a year. And so I realized that I was not using it enough to take up all the space that it was taking up, because I had a pretty large one. Not like huge, but like it was like this big, you know. And so I got rid of it because I didn't use it very often. Like I would use it when I went camping and I wanted mac and cheese or something like that. Like I just didn't use it very often. If you're someone who likes to cook, then getting a stove like that might make sense. They also have really small ones as well. And you could also get a cooler. You could have a cooler in the car. I think that even depending on, you know, how your car works and your battery and all that kind of stuff, they even have like plug-in-able refrigerators and stuff. You could do that. But a lot of you guys know me that I go very basic with a lot of the stuff in my car. So that's why my windows are not tinted. I might do that one day, but my windows are not tinted. I still have all my seats in the car. I know a lot of people who live out of their car or a van or whatever, they, you know, demo it, they take everything out, they put new stuff in, they alter it, which is great. That's so cool if you want to do that kind of stuff, and it's really cool that you can do that kind of stuff. But I just never wanted to. I never saw the need for me, and so I like to keep things as basic as possible. I still want my car to be a car, even though it's also my little house. And so I don't have a little fridge in the car. I don't have a cooler. I used to have a cooler as well, but again, I didn't use it very often, and it took up a lot of room. And I have a very small car. I have a Toyota Yaris. And so if I knew that I was going to use that cooler, yeah, I would get one. If I knew I was going to cook every day, yeah, I would get another little stove, but I don't. And I'm okay with that because, like I said before, when I'm on the road, I love to go out to eat. I love going to restaurants. Even when I'm by myself, I love going to restaurants. So I might do that once every other day or so. And basically, before I get into this, my tip about going out to eat is that I like to go out to eat a little bit earlier. So either for lunch or just like an earlier dinner, because I rarely finish a meal. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like portions at restaurants are huge. I rarely finish a meal. And so what I do is I take it home to my car. And, you know, even if it's meat, you can keep it out for, you know, 2 hours or so, and then you can eat the rest of it. So that's basically what I do. Whether I'm getting Chipotle, that's kind of like the one fast food and In-N-Out burger that I will eat. But, you know, other restaurants and stuff, if I'm getting a burger, if I'm getting whatever, I will eat the leftovers a couple hours later. Don't do that overnight, you know, depending on what it is, but a couple hours later, I've always done it and it's been totally fine. And that's a good way to buy one meal, but eat it basically all day. Make sure to eat it within the next couple hours. You don't want it to get bad. You do not want to chance giving yourself food poisoning. So that's really what I do a lot of the times. Even Chipotle, I'll eat half my bowl, I'll put it aside for a couple hours, then I'll eat the rest. I do that a lot. It saves you money, you're not wasting food, and you know, you get to eat a meal that you hopefully enjoyed twice. But all the other meals, all the other times you want a snack, when you're driving and you don't feel like stopping, when you just, you know, don't have as much money to go out to eat. Maybe you enjoy doing different things and you want your money budget to be much smaller. That is where this comes in. So I'm just gonna quickly go through what I have in here. Obviously, like I said earlier, I'm living in an apartment right now, but I still do like to keep food in my car because even if I'm just out running errands or something, I like to have food in the car, you know, because I'm the kind of person, if I get hungry, I need to eat right then and there. Otherwise, it's not going to be a good time. Nobody's going to have fun. I'm going to get real cranky. I'm going to get real angry. I need to have food with me. And so basically what I have in here, let me see if I can hold it up. Okay. All right. I have some high chews. I don't even know if I like high chews. I feel like I tried it once and I didn't like it, but I have a little bag of high chews, which is candy, by the way. They're like Starbursty texture candy. Basically the main star of this basket thing, I still don't know what this is called. A thing, an organizer, a box. I don't know what it's called. Anyway, the star are these tuna packets. So Starkist and Bumblebee have these little tuna packets. They also have chicken, they have salmon. This one is my favorite. It's the Sweet and Spicy by Starkist. You can get these at Walmart, Target, Kroger, you know, Ralph's, whatever you guys have, for about $1 or $1.25. Depending how hungry you are, one of these plus a little side snack. You guys know that I love crunchy stuff, so I always have a side of chips or something. One of these could be a meal, or two. Two could be a full meal. So that's spending $2.50 on a full meal. You could also get tuna cans. And in a second, I'll tell you one of my favorite meals to make with tuna that I've eaten in the car a million times. So it's very like car friendly. So I have a ton of these tuna packets. Can you see? I have like a dozen of them. They have a bunch of different flavors. They have like jalapeno. They have just regular ones if you want to add your own stuff to it. I also have, oh, I love the Thai chili. I think Bumblebee and Starkist both have like a Thai chili one. Let's see what else, if I have any other flavors. I have lemon pepper. I like that one too a lot. And I have a couple of the salmon ones. I have lemon dill. They have like ranch. They have a ton of different flavors. And again, they're quite inexpensive, and tuna is not horrible for you. And these ingredients, honestly, like, you can read all of them. Some people would say not to eat tuna every day. So maybe if you want to eat these, you know, a couple times a week or so. But that's like one of the things that I always have. Because also, you know, they have chicken and salmon and stuff too. So they have a couple different proteins and different flavors. I love them. So right here, I need to get like a little container for all my sauces. So anytime I'm getting like Culver's, that's the other fast food that I do eat sometimes, because I love it. Again, if you like it, I'm not going to shame you for getting fast food. I'm just trying to give you some healthier options and potentially some cheaper options, because fast food seems like it's a cheap option, but there are definitely ways to make food for cheaper. Like when I go to Culver's, especially because I have to get a gluten-free bun. Oh, P.S. I have a gluten allergy. So all of this is gluten-free stuff. This is how to eat on the road gluten-free style. So I can't go eat McDonald's and Burger King and Taco Bell, which I miss. But Culver's, which is a burger place, I guess it's like a Midwest place, but they also have some in the South. I get a burger and a gluten-free bun and chili, and it's like 10 bucks. You could definitely make a meal in the car for less than 10 bucks, but if you want to eat it, go eat it. You know, that's on you, your budget, what you feel comfortable eating, what you like, what your body likes. Because on top of my gluten stuff, I have other digestive issues, and so that's up to you. But I'm just giving you some tips of stuff that I've learned along the way that's easy to do in the car. Okay, so anyway, I thought of that because a lot of these ketchups and stuff are from when I go to Culver's, and I get my burger and I get extra ketchup and mustard and stuff, and then if I don't use it, I keep it in here. But I need to get a little baggie or a little container or something for this. But right now they're just thrown in here. The other thing I have on this side are these wild catch salmons. These are chicken of the sea. So these salmons are really, really good. Honestly, if you don't want to cook salmon, even if you live in a house, those are really good. Like I've made just salads before, and I would just put a little bit of lettuce, onions, mandarin oranges. I promise, sounds weird, but it's delicious. And like that salmon and a couple other things on top, it's really, really good. I like that better than the salmon in a tin, but that's just my preference. I like that one. Okay, I need a break, hold on. On the other side, like I said, I have some tins of tuna. Okay, if you guys have been watching me for a while, let me know if you've ever tried this recipe. I talked about it, honestly, the last time I talked about it may have been like 1.5 years ago. I remember specifically having it when I was in Glacier National Park, summer of 2019. So I don't know if that was the last time I talked about it, but maybe. Anyway, this is one of my favorite recipes, especially to do with tuna, and you can do it in a house or you can do it in the car. I've done it in the car several times. Take a can of tuna. I have Starkist. Starkist and these brands have gotten better with not having soy and stuff. They used to have soy. Some still do, but I don't love to have added soy when it's unnecessary. So these say gluten-free, soy-free, and they're wild caught, which is really cool. Because I used to have to buy the really expensive cans of tuna, which might still be better quality or whatever. But regardless of what tuna you want to buy, take a can of tuna or chicken, an avocado, and mustard. And now I feel like I haven't made this in so long that I forget. Is there another ingredient? Mustard, avocado. Ah, crap. Is there another ingredient? I feel like there were 3 things.
Yes, Katie, you're right. The last ingredient is a lemon.
Regardless, buy an avocado from the grocery store and get these little packets of mustard and mix it together in this can. You don't even need anything extra. You don't even need a bowl or anything. You just need a fork. So you can either get like, you know, washable forks, or I just, again, have some extra from Culver's and stuff, so I throw these in here. But even just that tastes so good. You could put some mayonnaise in there as well if you want. I think having little packets of mayonnaise, mustard, and ketchup are ideal. But I've made that several times, and it's easy to make in the car. Also under here, I have little packets, hold on, little packets of olives. I have the biggest necessity, I would say, of living in a car is Cholula. I have a Cholula in here. I love Cholula, love it. And then I have some snacks. So I have these gluten-free peanut butter crackers by Lance, I believe. Is that the name? I don't know. These are really, really good. I get these at Walmart. I have a bunch of those. I just bought a new thing of them because, again, I'll get into the whole like how to shop in a second, but I like to buy individual serving sizes of things. It's a little bit more expensive, but you're much more likely to keep things fresh, because if I just bought a box of these and I opened it, it would only be fresh for the next few weeks, right? But these, when's the expiration date? May 15th, and it's January right now. So I have 5 months on these. So the other things I have in here, I have some Go Macro bars. I love these. My favorite one, really, when I say I love these, I mean I love this flavor, the banana and almond butter. Very, very good. I have some little things of nuts, these emerald little packets of nuts. I don't really love the almonds and walnuts, but I'll still eat them. And I have the almond, the regular almonds, and something else in here. Anyway, one of my other favorite things, I get these at a TJ Maxx in Nashville, and so I don't know where else they sell them, but these are the 180 Snacks skinny rice bars. I don't care that they're called skinny rice bars. They just taste really, really good. These are the almonds and lemon ones. I really, really like those. And then I just have some LaCroix in here, and I have some fruit snacks and a Snickers. I have a Snickers in here too, just in case I'm like, I need sugar right now. So that's what's in here. Let me put all this back, organize it back. So that's what's in my little container thing. Let me put this back, and then we'll talk about the grocery store. So now, last thing we're going to talk about is grocery store. So I'm going to talk basically about shopping really quickly, and then I'm going to talk about like how to make meals, right? Because didn't I just say, 8 hours ago when I started this video that yeah, you can go out to eat every day if you want to. Totally great. But you can, did my necklace fall off? Yep, it did. This necklace, I got on Amazon for like 12 bucks and I really like it, but if you hit it the wrong way, it untoggles, Anyway, going to the grocery store can be a cheaper option than going out to eat all the time. And it's not as like dreadful if you kind of know what you're looking for. And so really quickly, let me just reiterate what I said before about buying stuff for the car. So like, for example, I have an unopened one of these things because I just went to TJ Maxx and bought a couple more because I love them. I eat them so much. I buy everything I can that's individually wrapped. I know it's a little bit more expensive. I know that. However, I'd rather spend an extra 50 cents or $1 to know that I will have all of these fresh. Obviously, these bars would be individually wrapped, but you know what I mean? If I'm talking about those peanut butter crackers, we're talking about nuts or something, if you buy a container of nuts, that might be fresh for a month, right? But if you buy those little packets of it, not only can you put one in your purse when you're walking around somewhere, but they will just stay fresh longer. And so generally, if I'm buying a big bag of chips or a big bag of crackers or a big bag of whatever, I'm probably not going to finish all of it. And so I'd rather buy the individually ones, even if they're a little bit more expensive, because I won't waste the food. And so in reality, it's not much more expensive because I might waste the food in a bigger pack of it. You know what I mean? And I hate wasting food. And so if you're getting, smaller packs, like if you want chips, I love chips. You can get the like lunch sized ones, you know what I mean, that you put like in kids' lunches. You can get those. They have those at Walmart and stuff. They have all this stuff at Walmart. The nuts, they have the peanut butter crackers, stuff like that. I just find not only does it fit in the car easier, but you are wasting food less, which is really, really important to me. So that's what I suggest. Again, they have some of the stuff at TJ Maxx and stuff at Walmart, Target, the grocery store. Super easy for that kind of stuff. So that's in terms of snacks, right? So if we're talking about meals and you don't want to go out to eat and you don't want to eat fast food and you don't want to try new restaurants really very often, you want to be able to make your own food. If you have a cooler and a stove, you can kind of buy whatever you want. You can buy your eggs, you can buy your bacon, you can keep them in the cooler for, a couple days or whatever and cook them when you want them, and that's awesome. I'm not going to be able to give a lot of advice on that because I don't do that. But there are definitely ways that you can keep food fresh in the car, in a cooler, in a fridge, and then just cook it up when you want it. I prefer to go to the grocery store, so say I'm not going out to eat that day, say I'm so sick of eating the tuna, right, and I want to get something else. I will go to the grocery store and I will find anything that could be a serving size, just 1 or maybe 2 serving sizes. So what does that mean? It means that I'll go to Kroger, that's just the grocery store around here, but that's the same as Ralph's. Any, decently big grocery store that has a deli, I'll go to the grocery store and I will go up to the deli and I'll say, can I have 3 slices of cheese and can I have a 1/4 pound of turkey? And that is one serving size, and you do not waste any food, and it's not very expensive. It'll just cost you a couple dollars to get that kind of stuff. Sometimes you'll eat stuff out of a can that you don't really need to heat up. I eat beans, like Bush's baked beans, delicious cold. So I would keep that in the car as well as like a little extra thing on top of the tuna and stuff and salmon and whatever. Literally just go find anything canned. Like next time you go to the grocery store, if you have like an extra couple minutes, just kind of go walk around and look at stuff and be like, you know what, that could be a serving of a meal. That could be an individual meal that I would be finished with it. So I wouldn't need to save it. I wouldn't need to put it in a fridge or anything after. And you know, maybe it has some good protein and stuff in it. So another thing that I might do is I might get a thing of crackers or pretzels and get a thing of hummus. Will I finish a container of hummus in one sitting? I could. I might not, but I might finish enough that it makes sense for me to buy it so that I wouldn't have to refrigerate it at the end, you know? So there are some canned things, some things in the fresh section and at the deli. The deli is really like, I would do that all the time. Go get a little, you know, salami, turkey, and American cheese or provolone. And one of the other meals that I would make a lot, actually there's two other meals that I would make pretty frequently on the road. One is I would essentially make my own like paleo sandwiches. What does that mean, right? So I would get picante provolone, all boar's head. Boar's head is definitely gluten-free, so I would just go to the deli. I would get a couple slices of picante provolone, you know, a quarter pound or so of shaved turkey. I like my turkey super thin, so I ask for it shaved. They give it to you really, really thin. And then, you know, an eighth of a pound or so of hard salami. I love hard salami way more than I like Genoa salami. Just to let you know. Anyway, I would take the provolone. And one of the reasons I get picante provolone is A, because I love it, but the other reason is because it's bendy and it doesn't break. So I would get it, I'd put it down, right? Say that my hand is a plate. I would put the provolone on top. And then I would put some slices of salami, and then I would put some turkey, and then I would fold it, not like completely fold it and smash it, but I'll fold it up like a taco. And I would just eat a little provolone taco, and it's delicious. And then the other thing that I have done sometimes as well is I would get pre-cooked chicken. The best one that I found, especially that comes in a small enough container that it's worth it for me to buy it. I still usually wouldn't finish it all, but especially if you were someone else, it would be good because it's more like 2 servings. I think it's like the Applegate. And I think I only really saw it at like Natural Grocers. I'm sure they have it other places too, but it's just like cooked like chunks of chicken essentially. I would get tortillas, corn tortillas, gluten-free tortillas, whatever you want, chicken, some sort of ranch, some kind of dressing, and maybe like an onion or something. And then if I could find like a little thing of guac, because also I think at Natural Grocers, they have like a little serving size of guac. Put that on top, make little actual tacos, not provolone tacos, actual tacos. And so that's something that I've done in the car a lot too. There are definitely ways to make your own food. You can make it, you know, as healthy as you want. Obviously, you can go into the produce section of a grocery store and just get a ton of fruits and vegetables. And you can make your own little salads. Just make sure you have a good knife and a cutting board and stuff, and be safe in the car if you're gonna do that. But you can definitely still eat decently healthy by just getting, you know, go buy an apple. Go buy an apple. Don't go to McDonald's, go buy an apple. Or again, if you want to go to the grocery store, sometimes they have pre-made salads and pre-made, you know, little fruit salads and stuff like that that you can buy, you can eat. You can always add a little bit of protein if you want from the other side of the grocery store. Like there are definitely ways to go to the grocery store and not only, you know, save a little bit of money, but still eat decently healthy. I always get so bummed out when people are like, oh, I'm on the road, so I'm eating less healthy. You can eat just as healthy as you do in a house. If you want to, again, if you want to get a stove and a fridge or a cooler and cook a lot of your meals, you can definitely do that, and you can definitely eat healthy that way. But if you don't want to, like me, I'm not like a huge cook, and I would just prefer to have quicker meals, tuna and avocado, some cold cuts. And you might say that cold cuts are not great, so other types of meat or protein or something like that. You can get the cheese, you can put hummus in it. You can do a ton of fruits and veggies, like a ton. There are definitely ways to not spend a ton of money and to still eat decently healthy. There really, really are. You could even make your own guacamole. If you want to get like a little onion, a small tomato, and an avocado or two, you can make your own guacamole. Make sure you get a lime or an orange. Once someone made me guac and he put a little bit of like an orange in it, like squeezed an orange. It was so good. But there are just tons of things that you can make. It's just so easy to think. Again, we've talked about mentality so many times because it's so important to me. If you're going on the road and you think I can't eat healthy on the road, I can only eat fast food, then that's just what you're going to gravitate towards, you know? But if you realize, okay, I can still eat similarly-ish to how I eat at home. Not obviously the same. I cannot air fry chicken fingers in the car. But I can still, you know, eat at some good restaurants, and I can still make some food in the car. And you don't have to break the bank doing that, because there are ways to go to the grocery store and just get small portions of things. And I feel like next time you go, you might really realize like, wow, they actually do have like little individual sizes of ranch, or like little things of mustard that I can just get from the deli, like the little packets like I showed you. Or, oh, you know, I did see at Natural Grocer, I did see that they have a serving size of guac that I can get. Or whenever you pass by like the pre-made section, you know, just watch out, make sure that the ingredients are stuff that you want to be eating, but they have salads. They have, you know, pre-made meals and stuff, depending where you're going. And especially at places like Whole Foods or any of those like co-op-y kind of places, a lot of them have pre-made tuna, pre-made like chicken salads and regular salads and stuff like that, sandwiches, wraps, and little cheesecakes and stuff if you really want dessert. They have a ton of that stuff at grocery stores, but when you're not thinking about it, you're gonna easily pass it, you know? And so if you're thinking, okay, I'm gonna be in the car, you can still eat healthy for a low amount of money. And so those are just some of my tips. I could talk about food for hours. Like, this was only maybe half of the stuff that I could talk about, but I'm gonna save you guys a little bit of time. And I want you guys, if you have any other ideas, if you have any other tips, if you live in your car or you've gone on a road trip or you've traveled and there are some other food tips that you have, please let us know in the comments. I love that I can share with you, but I also love that you guys can share with each other and share with me. And so again, if you have any like quick little recipes that you've made in the car, or, you know, little like tips and tricks about the grocery store when you're traveling and stuff, please let us know in the comments. I would love to hear from you, and I know everyone else would. So leave some comments, guys. Do it. And while you're at it, please make sure that you're subscribed and click the notification bell. I'm posting 2 to 3 times a week, and I would love to have you here. And I guess that's gonna be it. Thanks again for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I love you, Jesus loves you, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.